I don't know. You know, I feel as though he's somebody.
Ivani Tank Davis is a name that commands attention in the boxing world, but recently he found himself embroiled in controversy when he publicly aired his grievances about being snubbed at the prestigious Ring Magazine Awards. The absence of an invite to this event, which was held in London, sparked a series of comments and social media rants from Davis, aimed at both the event organizers and influential figures in boxing, most notably Saudi Arabian businessman Turki Alalshikh. This incident shed light on the deepening tensions between Davis and those involved in the lucrative world of boxing promotions, highlighting the friction between loyalty, money, and respect within the sport. Davis, a powerhouse in the lightweight division, expressed frustration over not receiving an invite to the Ring Magazine Awards, an event that recognizes the top fighters in the sport. His annoyance was compounded by the fact that several other big names, including Shocker Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney, were invited due to their affiliations with Alalshikh, who has become a major financial player in boxing. Tank's response, posted on Twitter, made it clear that he felt snubbed by the selection process, accusing the event of favoring those who were aligned with Alalshikh and ignoring fighters who did not fall into that category. It's clear that Tank Davis' primary issue with the situation revolves around what he sees as the growing influence of money over talent. Alalshikh, the controversial figure behind Riyadh's season events, has been working to establish himself as a dominant force in boxing by using his vast financial resources to lure top talent into high-profile fights in Saudi Arabia. However, Davis doesn't see it as a win for the sport. Instead, he argues that it's a shallow cash grab by a businessman who doesn't truly understand boxing. Davis' critique wasn't just limited to the awards ceremony. He took aim at the way Alalshikh is reshaping boxing's landscape. He accused the businessman of spending reckless amounts of money to attract top names, without contributing to the development of talent from his own country. This, Davis argues, undermines the sport, as it relies more on wealth and influence than on the true merit of the fighters. Davis' bitterness grew as he compared the Saudi Arabian boxing scene to underground promotions, emphasizing that Alalshikh's events lacked the authenticity and respect that comes from traditional boxing promoters. For Davis, it's all about loyalty. He pointed out that while other fighters, such as his rivals Haney, Garcia, and Stevenson, may have aligned themselves with Alalshikh for financial gain, he has remained steadfast in his commitment to his roots and to those who have supported him throughout his career. In particular, Davis has shown unwavering loyalty to his mentor and manager, Al Haymon, and made it clear that no amount of money would sway him from his allegiance to American boxing and his team. This loyalty is crucial to Davis, and his social media rants reflected his frustration with the broader state of the sport. While other fighters are lured by the promise of big paydays, Davis is determined to stay true to his principles. He made this abundantly clear by posting an image of Al Haymon alongside Michael Jackson with the caption, "I'm with who I'm with." This gesture was a clear message to Alalshikh that despite the allure of riches, Davis would not jump ship to join the ranks of the Saudi-backed promotions. The bitterness between Davis and Alalshikh came to a head when Davis publicly rejected an offer from the businessman to fight on one of his Saudi Arabia events. The proposal reportedly included a request for 2 Ferraris in exchange for Davis' participation. While Alalshikh's camp insisted that only 2 gloves would be provided, Davis was quick to shoot back, increasing his demands by asking for 3 Ferraris. This playful exchange, however, only served to highlight the stark difference in how the two men approach boxing, with Davis emphasizing his own worth and refusing to be bought, while Alalshikh appears intent on attracting big names through financial incentives. As Davis continues to defy the allure of lucrative overseas offers, his stance has garnered support from certain corners of the boxing world. Timothy Bradley, former WBC light welterweight and WBO welterweight champion, voiced his approval of Davis's stance, praising him for sticking to his principles and rejecting Alalshikh's financial influence. Bradley, a longtime critic of Davis in the past, now sees him as a fighter who stands firm on his beliefs, even if it means turning down offers that could potentially set him up for a massive payday. Despite this support, Davis remains a polarizing figure. His decision to dismiss offers from Alalshikh has invited criticism from some who argue that the businessman is revolutionizing boxing by bringing in new investment and creating larger-than-life events. Alalshikh's defenders, including boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, argue that the Saudi financier has a deep understanding of the sport and its fans. Hearn believes that Alalshikh's investments in boxing are more than just a money grab, and that his contributions to the sport are helping it grow globally. However, Davis detractors insist that his refusal to embrace these financial opportunities stems from a stubbornness that could ultimately cost him. While Davis' criticisms of Alalshikh's influence are clear, it's important to understand the broader context. The rise of Alalshikh as a major player in boxing has sparked debates about the role of money in the sport. Some argue that his wealth has enabled him to create high-profile matches that wouldn't otherwise be possible, bringing new attention and financial support to the sport. However, others, like Davis, believe that the focus on money risks undermining the true essence of boxing, where the best fighters rise through hard work and skill rather than financial backing. Davis comments about Alalshikh's influence and the growing trend of Saudi Arabia-backed boxing events have sparked a broader conversation about the future of the sport. Will boxing become more commercialized, with money dictating which fighters get the big opportunities? Or will fighters like Davis, who refuse to play the game by these rules, continue to prove that loyalty and skill can still win out over financial incentives? The outcome remains uncertain, but it's clear that Davis' stance is shaping the conversation. In an unexpected twist, Davis' rivalry with Alalshikh has extended beyond the business world and into personal territory. Davis has made it known that should the opportunity arise, he would rather face off against his top competitors like Shocker Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, or even Ryan Garcia, without having to align himself with Alalshikh's promotional empire. This sentiment was made even clearer when Davis mocked the idea of fighting on one of Alalshikh's cards in Saudi Arabia, likening it to an underground promotion. For Davis, it's not just about fighting the best. It's about fighting on his terms and maintaining control over his career. Tank Davis' approach to his career stands in stark contrast to the actions of his rivals, many of whom have embraced Alalshikh's financial backing in exchange for huge paydays. While fighters like Stevenson and Garcia have aligned themselves with a wealthy businessman, Davis remains steadfast in his belief that the true path to success in boxing is through loyalty, skill, and self-respect. This philosophical divide between Davis and those who have embraced the Saudi-backed promotions is indicative of the larger struggle taking place within the sport, a battle between tradition and money, between loyalty and financial gain. Looking ahead, it seems that Davis' ongoing beef with Alalshikh is far from over. The two men's differences over the direction of boxing and the role of money in the sport are unlikely to be reconciled anytime soon. However, Davis has made it clear that he will continue to fight for what he believes in, even if it means turning down massive financial opportunities. His refusal to bow to the power of money may alienate some, but it also positions him as one of the few remaining voices in boxing that refuses to let financial incentives dictate his career. In conclusion, the ongoing feud between Tank Davis and Turki Alalshikh represents a broader conversation about the future of boxing. Davis' rejection of Alalshikh's offers and his critiques of the businessman's influence are a reflection of the deepening divide between those who view boxing as a sport driven by passion and loyalty and those who see it as an opportunity for financial gain. Regardless of where this feud leads, it's clear that Tank Davis is determined to fight on his own terms and maintain his integrity as a fighter. Whether or not this will lead to bigger fights and greater success in the long run remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Tank Davis is not willing to compromise his values for a payday.